Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special presentation of our first basketball game of the season. We have the Kirkwood Pioneers girls varsity team facing off against the Cor Jesu Chargers at the Cor Jesu Chargers home stadium here in Afton, Missouri. It's a good game tonight. Cor Jesu, a very defensive team, and that's the opening tip. Cor Jesu, a very good defensive team, and they will open with a shot attempt. Kirkwood turns around the other way. Number 3, Maggie Gunn draws the jump ball. Let's talk about Kirkwood's keys to the game for tonight. Cor Jesu is a very defensive team, so that means that Kirkwood is going to need a good offensive presence in order to adapt to that kind of defensive pressure that they're going to be looking at. It'll be Cor Jesu ball in. They're also going to need to shut down Cor Jesu's big three-point shooters, number 25, number 15, and number 4. Keep an eye out for those numbers on your screen tonight. I'm joined alongside Owen Backer, who, due to some technical difficulties, will not be on the commentary tonight, but I'm Mason Heller for the Kirkwood call. Jacob Briggs is our camera and scoreboard assistant. Kirkwood will take the ball back down the field. I don't think so. And 2 points by number 5, Brennan Randolph, with a good finish up on Anna Newland's rush down the court. He uses 15. 25 in the paint. Oh, good defense by number 3, Randolph. Bendoff is one of Kirkwood's smaller players, or taller players, I should say, and she's going to be a key defensive weapon for the Pioneers tonight. Number 41, Angela Mostek, draws the foul.
Foul called on Mackenzie and Green.
Angela Mostek will take the shots. Good. She'll take the second one here. And it'll be good. Cor Jesu will inbound it. Kirkwood will be looking to shut down number 25 tonight, as she averages 13 points a game and is an incredible defensive weapon for Cor Jesu. As the scouting report we've got here says, that's Kirkwood's best hope at shutting down the Cor Jesu offense. Number 3, Brooke Bendoff again with the rebound. I apologize. Number 3 is Maggie Gunn. Number 24, Caroline Puffer with the travel. Oh, she saves it by picking off Cor Jesu's pass. I'll take it back down the court. Number 5, Brooke Bendoff rebounds the ball. Cor Jesu is going to get a fast break. Number 11 for the Chargers. Oh, Jesu steals back the inbound carry. Kirkwood will get the ball. Number 21, Ann Newland with the inbound. She'll take it down the court. Calls for some movement. Number 5 gets open, Maggie Gunn. Noon drives the ball. Pulls up, back to 24. Caroline Puffer. And she'll toss it up to Angela Mostek, who takes it up for the layup, and that's good. 6'2" Pioneers. 15 inbounds. For drives. Out to the outside, 3 points. Good. After the 3-pointer, 6-5, your Kirkwood Pioneers. Newland inbounds, drives again. Ooh, good move there. She's outside the 3-point line now, waiting for someone to get open. Number 5, Book Brendoff will get open. Picked off by Cor Jesu. It rebounds it to Maggie Gunn, puts it up over the net. Ooh. Angela Mostek goes down. Picked off by number 24, Caroline Puffer. And the Pioneers will take it back down the court. And Newland again driving the play. She's going to push it all the way to the net. Pulls up, shoots. Good. There 2. Kirkwood leads 8-5. Jesu, after some good in the paint play, will score a layup and put the lead within 1 again. As we talked about, Cor Jesu is a very good defensive team, but they also have some really impressive offensive weapons. They don't make a lot of bad plays, as we've seen so far.
Charger basketball.
Chargers are going to take the ball. Angela Mostek and Caroline Puffer will be subbed out for Austin Tate and Maggie Bretswich. Number 25 shut down by number 5. Oh, and the steal by Grace. Maggie Gunn. Bretswich makes himself known very quickly. Get the ball back. And Newlands again going to drive this play. Tate drives. Out. And then Chargers will get the ball and then drive it down the court again. As you can see on your screen, there is a new graphic where you can see the time and the score. So, unlike football, we won't have to tell you. You can know for yourself. Newland steals the ball, rebounds the ball out of the air. She'll drive it down the court. Pass to the center is blocked by Cor Jesu, and they'll take it right back down. She'll drive. Oh, big shot onto Maggie Gunn. She gets drilled by the Cor Jesu forward, and they put up a layup. These will take it back down. And goes for the layup. Stopped. Austin Tate with the rebound. And number 5, Brooke Bendoff, will hand it off to Anna Newland, who once again leads the play. The quarterback of this Kirkwood offense is obviously the guard, number 21, Anna Newland, who was injured before this game, but has obviously been cleared to play. Ooh, big play by Jesu there. Kirkwood obviously looking to get back here. One of the notes on the scouting report I've got in front of me here. Cor Jesu obviously transitions very well, as you've seen from this game. Jesu ball. Kirkwood inbound. Number 2, Jane Jensen, the sub. Ooh, that'll be out. Inbound Austin Tate to number 33, Maggie Brestwich again. She drives the play from outside the paint. She's inbound the ball. Jesu hasn't really chosen to take advantage of their subs yet. They're sticking to their starting lineup, which obviously I would too. We've got some huge numbers. And that'll do it for the first quarter. Chargers lead 11 points to Kirkwood's 8. Welcome back. At the end of the first quarter, the Cor Jesu Chargers lead the Kirkwood Pioneers 11-8. Kirkwood will opt to go back to a modified version of their starting lineup with number 5, Brooke Bendoff, out for number 14, Austin Tate. Cor Jesu will drive the possession. '25 will drive to the basket. Rebound. Screen by 21. And Cor Jesu will draw a foul. 41 will go to the line to shoot. Kirkwood looked disciplined so far this game, but obviously drew a foul at that possession. Cor Jesu with a really impressive offensive drive there. Good screen by number 21 on number 24, Caroline Puffer, to open up some space for the drive. Jesu gets 1 point out of it, and that'll be 2 points out of it. 13-8, Cor Jesu. Maggie on inbounds it to Anna Newland, the guard. Seems to be the quarterback of this offense we've talked about. Out on Jesu. Oh, out on Kirkwood, actually. Charles will take it down the court. Quick entrance. Puffer will get the ball. Inbound back to Anna Newland. He'll take it down the court to 41, Angela Mostek. She'll look for someone to get open. Austin Tate open on the left side. Kirkwood has not opted for any threes so far this game. One of Cor Jesu's strengths is defending on that defensive position and reducing the amount of threes that their opponent can make. Angela Maztek drains it for a three. And Kirkwood brings this game back to draw. Oh, yeah. And a half-court pass to number 24, Sophie Belstry, results in a quick layup for the Cor Jesu Chargers. Kirkwood looks like they'll call a timeout here. With 6:29 to go in the second quarter, 15 Cor Jesu Chargers and 11 points for the Kirkwood Pioneers. At the end of the timeout, the Pioneers opt to not change their lineup. Cor Jesu still no substitutes. Newland drive the ball on the field. On the scouting report I've got in front of me, as I've mentioned before, Cor Jesu is obviously known for a very aggressive defense. They work really hard and they're disciplined so far. They haven't had many out of bounds balls on them. Angela Maztek will pull up for another three. That'll do it. Angela Maztek brings the lead to 1 point. Jesu will put up another 2. Rebound. Good defense by the way. Oh, and they'll draw a foul. Angela Maztek with the foul. Jesu will inbound it. Chargers move for a 3-point shot. 3-pointer up and good for the Chargers. Sophie Balestry with her second 3 of the game. Austin Tate drops the ball back to number 3, Maggie Gunn. Gunn, Newland, Maztek. Maztek will roll the ball around. Open some space. Back to Newland. To Tate. To Gunn. To Maztek. Not good. Tougher with the ball, that'll be a jump.
Jump ball. Possession for the Pioneers.
Cor Jesu will make a sub. And so will Kirkwood. Tate goes out for Bendoff.
Oh, yeah.
Bendoff will inbound. Inbound to Maztek. Maztek drives. Pulls up, shoots. Off the rim. Foul. That'll be Charger balls.
Red number 41. Chargers. Possession.
Jesu will pull up for shoot a 3. I'll pass around the outside into the paint for 24. Sophie Balastri. And Newland will steal it away and take it down the court, looking for space. Jensen. To Gunn. To Newland. Newland drives. Newland's drive stolen away by the Chargers. The Chargers will take it down the court. Lapsing them. And the Chargers will draw another foul.
Foul on red, number 24, Lauren Kirkwood, going back to the line to shoot 2.
One up and good. She'll take her second shot. 2 up and good. Jensen will inbound. Newland will drive. Out of bounds on Kirkwood. That'll be Charger ball. Kirkwood has been losing a lot of possession in the offensive zone. Bendoff calls for the man to move. Back to Jensen. Jensen drives. Back to Bendoff. Bendoff's got a man on the outside. Back to Jensen. Jensen drives. Back to Newland. Newland looks for some open space. Back to Bendoff. Carries. Puffer moves to the inside. Back to Newland. Newland pulls up with a move. It's stolen by the Chargers, and they'll take it back down the court. Defense by Bendoff will not prevent. And one.
The nice finish for Grace Street, red ball.
20-14, Cor Jesu leads. Substitution, Emma Apple is in for Jensen. I lied, Apple is in for Newland. Back to Jensen. Jensen will drive. And Jesu will steal it after some good defense. Back to 25. Stolen. Jensen will take the ball. Oh, stolen back again by Jesu. And they'll be out on Kirkwood. Cor Jesu will inbound it. Jesu with the inbound. Take it back out. And that'll be Kirkwood ball on the outside. Mostek back in for Bendoff. Jensen with the ball on the outside. It's Puffer. Back to Apple. To Brett switch. Jensen with the ball. Harassed. No call. And they'll call a foul on number 41, Lauren Ortwood, for the Jesu Chargers. Kirkwood will inbound. Mostek out for Bendoff. Kirkwood substitutions seem very situational. .6'2" forward Reagan Redmond looks ready to come in, as well as Maggie Gunn. Be ready for that Kirkwood substitution here. Jesu drives back down after stealing the offensive zone. And they'll put it back up for 2. Apple inbound to Puffer, back to Apple. Apple drive this. Puffer to Apple. Apple to bread switch. To Gun to Jensen to Apple. Pulls up, shoots. Oh, rebound recovered by Cor Jesu, and they'll take it back down the court. Kirkwood needs some defense here to stop the big bodies of Cor Jesu from driving in and putting up another layup. 2 points for Cor Jesu. 24 to 14, and we got 30 seconds to go here in this quarter. 12, Apple with the ball at the top of the circle to Jensen. Nearly stolen by Jesu there. Brett switch holds onto the ball nicely. Back to Jensen. Jensen will drive, harassed by the Jesu defender. And she'll draw the foul. 5 seconds to go. Subs in. Oh, travel on the Pioneers.
5 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Redmond in, as well as Bendoff. And that'll do it for the first half. The Cor Jesu Chargers lead 24 to 14. Owen Backer will be joining you for the third quarter, and I'll take back over in the fourth. At the moment, the Chargers once again lead 24 to 14 over the Kirkwood Pioneers. We'll be back in a few moments.
Welcome back, everybody, to the second half or the third quarter of this varsity girls basketball contest. Kirkwood down a fat 10 points right now. 16 minutes left in the game. They want to see if they can get something going here. Cor Jesu starts with possession. For three, it won't go. The putback will go, however, and it is another 2 points for the Chargers. It is now 26-14. Kirkwood scored a majority of their points off the rush, but whenever that is stifled, they really can't get much going. Let's see if they can generate some offense, perhaps inside the paint. Cor Jesu doing a good job keeping them to the perimeter. Won't go. Cor Jesu gets possession. Setting up here, pass to the corner, looking, puts it up. Kirkwood with the ball once again. They've gotten themselves in a hole here. In that second quarter, they were outscored greatly. The Pioneers seeing what they can do to try to not even complete a full comeback, in just a quarter, but just stop the bleeding here. Puts it up. No. High pass there, but it's corralled fairly easily. Pass in front of the net, puts it up, and it won't go again. Kirkwood retains possession. Only 14 on the board. The Pioneers in this third quarter are desperate for some points. Over a minute and a half have already elapsed. Cor Jesu once again doing a fantastic job keeping them to the perimeter. They're they're a smart team. They're a disciplined team. Haven't taken many fouls. Haven't made too many mistakes. And Kirkwood hasn't been able to capitalize off the few mistakes they have made. Turnover by the Pioneers, and it'll be a bit of a break for Cor Jesu. Puts it up, and that goes. Cor Jesu now with a 2-touchdown lead, assuming the extra points, of course. You got to wonder what was talked about at halftime, especially on the Pioneers bench. They got to find a way to get inside. They have been held to the perimeter this entire ball game so far. Round to the outside, pass back, puts it up for three, won't go. Nearly 3 minutes have gone by in this third quarter. No points for Kirkwood. And it'll be none for Cor Jesu on that play there. Passes the wide open man. And that's a three-pointer. That's a way to finally get your first points of the quarter. We are trying to see if Kirkwood can stop the bleeding here. They are down by over a touchdown. But I just honestly don't know if they've displayed the ability to really do that this game. The whistle blown here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by a man who knows basketball. So we're going to see one Quincy Daniels. What are your opinions on this game, sir?
Well, I just got here. It's not looking the best for Kirkwood, but definitely a closable game.
So you're going to watch the game, and then we're going to get your opinions when you figure out what is happening. But for right now, I'll tell you that a little bit of a recap. Kirkwood has had trouble getting inside, but they didn't on that play. It's a nice bucket for Kirkwood, and they've slashed the lead down to single digits. Break for Cor Jesu, though. They rush into the zone with speed. Puts it up, and it is a beautiful shot, and they'll snatch those 2 points right back. It is 30-19. some trouble corralling the basketball here, but they're able to recover. No harm, no foul. Some decent passing, cuts inside, pass back. Circles around, trying to cut to the inside, pulls up and shoots, and it will convert once again. Converting for 2 points. The score is 30-21, only a 9-point deficit. You got to ask, where was the scoring from Kirkwood in the first half of this third quarter and throughout really most of the second? By the end of the first, this was a close game, and it has become not that. Got to think this court is tilted somehow.
Oh, wow.
Stolen by Kirkwood. On the ground, they're able to recover. All right, Quincy, what are your opinions? What have you seen so far in just this little fraction of the third quarter, in your opinion? What do you think's going on here?
I'm definitely seeing a bit of a momentum change here. I think Kirkwood is making good baskets. I think they're going on a really good run. They just got to keep the pressure going, and I think they'll tie it up sooner or later.
So we have the scouting report here. Again, the main tenets of Cor Jesu's team is that they are a smart, disciplined team. They've got a great work ethic, and they play hard on defense, and they've got a great transition game. We have seen all of those on display tonight. That has really been kind of Kirkwood's kryptonite specifically, has been the transition game for Cor Jesu, the way they are able to just burst into the zone with speed and catch the Pioneers off guard. And then just the discipline, have taken very few penalties, very few fouls. And their defense has stifled the Pioneers' offense for a good portion of this game. They've picked it up recently, though. Cuts inside. Travel. It'll be Cor Jesu basketball. Cor Jesu Chargers, of course, they are the most relevant sports team called the Chargers. Puts it up. Won't go. Kirkwood retains possession. Trying to slow things down a little bit here. Two very distinctive styles. Cor Jesu, when they have the ball, it's like a bat out of hell. Turnover here, it's going to be a 2-on-1 break. Puts it up and scored. The lead is now 11. Yes, but when Cor Jesu, that was a perfect example right there. When Cor Jesu has the basketball, they are, playing like they're on fire. They are fast, they are aggressive. And when Kirkwood has the ball, they're slowing it down, they're being, meticulous, they're passing it back and forth, puts it up, won't go. Minute 30 remaining here in this third quarter. Puts it up. No. Ooh. That was number 21, Anna Newland there. It was a woman on a mission, drove the whole length of the court, put it up, and it almost went through. Couldn't quite get the conversion there, but a hero ball, which is sometimes necessary. Ooh, this one will trickle out of bounds. They couldn't corral it. It'll be a turnover for Cor Jesu. Subs will enter the game. Takes a three. Ooh, that one went in and then said, nope, never mind, and came right back out. That one does the same, puts it up again. Oh, and they will be called for that one. Quincy, what kind of penalty was that? What variety of foul?
That was a shooting foul?
That was what we call a shooting foul, you see, because it was a foul that happened while they were shooting. This sport, man, it's great. Who could have guessed that? Puts up the first and makes it. Shaquille O'Neal, she is not, because she made the free throw. Puts up second one. That first one was fine, but the second one did not go. Kirkwood will now have the ball down 12 with 38 seconds remaining in the third. They're going to need a kind of miraculous comeback, and that's not how you get those done. Turnover. Little spinorama. Transition. Oh, tried the wombo combo, tried the old razzle dazzle, and it didn't go. And the time on the third quarter will expire. Kind of fell apart for Kirkwood at the end there. Overall decent quarter. It's just they were really hamstrung by the second, and I will now transition back over to my beautiful broadcast partner. Ask this man questions. He knows. We saw him walking in. I thought we saw three.
Hope you all enjoyed hearing the wonderful voice of Owen Backer, the soon-to-be retired commentator. I'm Mason Heller alongside Quincy. Let's see if I know his last name.
My last name is Daniels, Quincy Daniels.
Daniels, okay, perfect. He's our basketball analyst, recruited from no publication at all, but he seems to know his stuff. So, we have here is a pretty dominant performance from the Cor Jesu Chargers, leading the Kirkwood Pioneers by 12 points. Kirkwood has had no short of offensive chances, especially in the first half, but they have been stifled late in the third quarter with 3 offensive turnovers, as well as a couple defensive turnovers that resulted in big Cor Jesu points. Chargers will throw it in to start off the fourth quarter. And it will inbound. Apple with the coverage. Puffer, Gunn, and Mostek will take the ball down to Apple, who will quarterback this drive. Apple to Mostek. Mostek looking for the 3. Puffer outside the ring. Back to Apple. Apple looks to find an open man. Mostek is open. And Mostek will look to pull up for a 3. Plenty of opportunities for Kirkwood for easy 2-pointers, but none of them went through. Mostek will defend the guard. Puffer forces. 3-pointer for Cor Jesu, and it's good. Quincy,
Ben Simmons, she is not. She made the 3.
So, Quincy, what I saw there was obviously a huge lapse in defense, leaving the best 3-point shooter wide open. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think that this team can definitely make a comeback if need be, but they're going to have to get that momentum up. They're going to have to have more of an offensive and defensive presence if they want to get that back in this fourth.
Completely agree. Mostek misses the layup, and that'll be Jesu ball. To the outside. Looking for that 3-point shot. It's been so deadly. Lack of big man defense for Kirkwood. Over the basket. Jesu ball. 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The Cor Jesu Chargers lead 36-21. It's a 15-point gap. Kirkwood has been unable to be offensively dominant so far in the fourth quarter. They've turned it over and they haven't scored yet. You're looking for some big plays from your lead guard, Apple here, as well as Mostek, who's been your big 3-point shooter. And another defensive lapse results in a Cor Jesu 2 points. Kirkwood looks weak defensively, and on the offense, the drive to get those rebounds just really isn't there. Gunn unable to get the ball up. Badenoff will defend and try to shut down the Jesu rush. But Jesu is quick, and they get to the top of the circle really fast. And that's why, I think that's part of the reason why Kirkwood is losing a lot of these possessions, is because they're unable to get back in time. They'll leave a man wide open out of playing confusion, and boom, there's another 3 points for the Jesu Chargers. Apple will head the drive at the top of the circle. Take it to the outside. Try to find a man open in the paint. Gunn open, back to Bednoff. Bednoff shoots the three. Not good. Jump ball.
I would like to say that Cor Jesu is going Cor Jesu.
Okay, thank you, Becker. Bednoff will inbound to Mostek. Mostek from outside the circle. Back to Bednoff. Bednoff looks for a man open in the paint. Drives back to, that'll be a travel. Double dribble on Kirkwood. In general, on offense, and then on defense, they've got some major lapses with allowed Charger points. Number 15, Addie Bivens in. Maggie Gunn 3, the freshman, though, has looked rather impressive. The freshman's looked rather impressive. She's 5'10", so she's a good defensive weapon for Kirkwood. Of note, she's been a good defensive presence for the Pioneers. Newland in for Apple, and she will have the hopefully offensive comeback for the Pioneers. 17-point deficit that they need to make up here rather quickly. Newland will drive, put it up. Jesu ball, or I apologize, Kirkwood ball, and Newland will shoot 2 from the top of the line. First one not good. From the top of the circle. Second one is good. Kirkwood will get their first points of the fourth quarter. 22-38, Chargers lead. Chargers will inbound. Gunn attempts to intervene. Unable to. Bednoff down the outside line. Jesu already has a man in. Tip by Mostek resets the play. But Chargers will take it from the top of the circle. Try to generate some offense here. The man D of Kirkwood gets loose. Newland unable to guard the man, and that becomes an easy opportunity for Jesu to transition into the paint. They look to put it up. Good defense by Kirkwood there. Stops that. Kirkwood will come back down the court. Newland looks to shoot. Mostek with the 3. Not good. Rebound, though, by 15 Addie Bivens. And Chargers will come out with the ball. Apple in for Bednoff. Chargers will call a timeout now. That'll be their first timeout of the entire game. With 3:41 to go. The Chargers lead 38-22, and Kirkwood has a 16-point gap to make up with 3:41 to go. Not looking great. As we talked, Jesu works very hard on defense, as the scouting report says, and all the things that we've seen here have been huge points of contention. Jesu's transitions are impressive. They are able to get down the court very fast. They're disciplined, as we see. They don't have a lot of. Kirkwood doesn't have a lot of inbounds this game.
Nothing. I plugged your channel literally every time you had a snap from the football.
Timeout is over, and Cor Jesu will have the ball in their defensive zone. They'll inbound it, and Jesu, once again, that transition game shining. They'll push it down the field, push it down the court. What looked like more than 2.5 steps there for the Chargers, and Apple will take the ball back down the court, out. That'll be Jesu's ball. And Apple, the sophomore there, ran it down the line. Looks to the defensive play. Cor Jesu calls another timeout as they were unable to make it out of the defensive zone. Kirkwood looks really aggressive so far, and with only 10 seconds off the clock, it's hard to deny that they look like they want to come back. With 3 minutes in the game, realistically, 16 points seems like an unfeasible goal, but we've certainly seen much larger comebacks in much shorter amounts of time. So don't count the Pioneers out just yet. During this time, I'd like to give a special thanks to all those joining me here. Quincy Daniels, Jacob Riggs on the scoreboard, and Owen Backer on the camera. And to all of you at home watching, if you were unable to make it to your kid's game, or maybe you're just a fan of Kirkwood in general, we appreciate you tuning in tonight. We will be streaming all of the boys and girls home games as they come up on various dates. The next one will be December 6th from the David Holly Assembly Hall. We will stream the boys' first varsity home game, and I will be joined by Wiley Cruz as the color commentator. There we will have a more professional setup, and you'll probably see some stats, some things you didn't see during football season. So we urge you to join us for that game. Newland will be outside the circle here to drive this offensive push to Mostek on the outside. Mostek will try to shoot the three, pulls up into the paint. Reach. And number 3, Maggie Gunn. Mostek will inbound to Gunn. Newland outside the circle looks to drive. She'll drive in back to Mostek. Mostek looks for the three, unable to find it. Newland will pull up. Decides not to shoot, looking for a way out. Gives it back to Mostek. Mostek will look to shoot, unable to shoot. Apple will drive to the center. Mostek to Gunn. Gunn will look to pull up, unable. Back to Mostek. To Newland. Newland looks to shoot, unable. Travel on Newland. Kirkwood looks like they'll call a timeout. With 2 minutes and 11 seconds. 16-point gap still remains with 2 minutes and 11 seconds. At the end of the timeout, Kirkwood comes back with a new lineup. Number 5, Brooke Bednoff back in. Caroline Puffer back in. Emma Apple out.
White basketball coming out of the timeout.
Jesu will have the ball. Newland looks to interrupt the inbound, unable. Mostek, aggressive defense. Jesu in the transition game, though. We've talked about this. They look so good. so much speed, so much ability to form a good offensive formation. Pulls up for the three, not good. Newland will rebound the ball. To Bednoff. Bednoff will probably look to shoot here. Oh, no, she doesn't. Again on the outside, Newland. Newland at the top. Top of the circle. Bednoff. Bednoff looks to drive, unable. Puffer to the outside. Back to Newland. Just pass to Mostek. Mostek pulls up for the three. Good! And Kirkwood will call a timeout.
Main Slinger coming in for the Chargers.
I'll take this opportunity to talk to Mr. Quincy Daniels, who's to my left. Kirkwood has looked much more aggressive on their defense, and it seems to have paid off. Cor Jesu has been stifled in these last 2 minutes. Obviously, it seems like slow minutes since we've had a bunch of timeouts in that time. Kirkwood with a 13-point gap now, with 1 minute and 25 seconds to make up. Do you think they have it in them?
Honestly, I've seen crazier things happen in basketball. I think with good three-point shooting and a strong leader, maybe if Mostek continues to do what she just did here in one timeout, I think it's possible.
Jesu will obviously look to call timeouts if they see such defensive lapses that Kirkwood is able to generate massive amounts of rebounds. Kirkwood so far, though, has been able to stifle Cor Jesu's rebound game, which looked very strong in the first half. And Newland of note with 3 rebounds so far in this last 2-minute stretch. Newland will again look to interrupt the rebound, or the inbound, I should say. Unable to, but they force the Chargers to remain in their defensive zone. The transition game, though, here it comes. Push to the outside, she'll be out, and that'll be Pioneer ball. I believe Gunn will take the throw in.
Number 3 for Kirkwood. Charger basketball.
Yeah, they're going to need to look to, if they're going to take it to the hole, they're going to need to look to draw a foul to get that 3 points.
That was the only good team. Just sad,
Out they go. Mostek to Newland. Out to Bednoff on the outside. Bednoff will take it around. Mostek moving. Newland on the outside now. Unable to shoot. Newland back to Puffer. Puffer will drive back to Mostek. Mostek looking for that open 3-point shot. Newland. Oh. Gun goes down in the paint. Bednoff pulls up, shoots 3! 28 seconds on the clock with a 10-point deficit. That'll stop the clock.
Hey, Scherer coming in for the Chargers.
Kirkwood's got 10 points to make up here now. The gap is closing. They'll look to steal here. Mostek will get the steal. They're just going to need to shoot here. Mostek pulls up for the 3. Not good. Unable to get the rebound. 10 seconds left on the clock. It looks doomed for Kirkwood. That'll be 5, 4. And Jesu's just burning time at this point. Game.
Charger victory over the Kirkwood Pioneers tonight, 38 to
The Cor Jesu Chargers will take it home after a late push by the Kirkwood Pioneers. 28 to 38. Pioneers lose. However, it was not a game without some highlights. Kirkwood's defense looked very impressive in the fourth quarter, allowing Cor Jesu to only 4 points. They looked set to make up the deficit if they had just a little bit more time, but such is the nature of basketball. We do not have infinite time, and Kirkwood loses this game. Impressive performance from number 3, Maggie Gunn, the freshman, in her first ever varsity basketball game, using that big 5'10" frame to play impressive defense. She was Kirkwood's key defensive piece in the late fourth quarter that allowed them to at least try to mount a comeback. Kirkwood will be 0-1 on the season. Cor Jesu will advance to 3-0. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Mason Heller alongside Quincy Daniels, Jacob Riggs, and Owen Backer. We appreciate you tuning in. As I said, late in the fourth quarter, we will be having all the home games will be streamed this season. All boys and girls varsity basketball games will be streamed. We will have a more professional setup there, so you'll get to see some stats, some player intros.
Oh, he's making promises, folks. He's actively making promises.
We're ambitious here at the Kirkwood Call, and we are trying to deliver the best viewing experience for our Kirkwood Pioneer fans at home. So if you'll join us next week, on December 6th, we will be streaming the boys varsity first game from the David Holly Assembly Hall, and we hope you'll join us for that. Our guest scoreboard mender, Jacob Riggs, will say a few words before we sign off for the night.
Hey guys, it's me, the Better Jacob. You might know me from my famous YouTube channel, but I just want to say, tonight was not the night for Kirkwood, but I saw some good momentum in certain parts of that game, like say the start of the second half. And I think this team, I can see potential, and I think there could be potentially better games than this. And I think this team's going to go far, but tonight was just not the night. I think we kind of fell apart. And yeah, well, let's see what happens in the next few games.
If you're curious, that's the guy who we kept pointing at and yelling when we were broadcasting the football games, everyone.
Yeah,
that's me.
So, thank you all for joining us tonight. We are signing off from the Cor Jesu Chargers home in Afton, Missouri. Have a good night, and we will see you all on December 6th. I'm Mason Heller signing off for Kirkwood High School.
Goodbye, everyone.